Hello classmates, my name is Fadi Fandakli. It's my second semester in Kiyomaka College. So here in this presentation I'm going to talk about Stanley. He's a very famous man, like mostly of you guys, of course, you guys know him. Um, a lot of people in the world are appreciating of what he did because he's the man who creates the Marvel characters that are really famous right now, and a lot of people watching their movies and reading their comics. So, Stanley, born in December 28, 1922, in New York, and died on November 12, 2018, in LA. Stanley is an American comic book writer, editor, publisher, and producer. He changed Marvel from a small company to multimedia corporation that destroyed the whole comics industry. So, like in the beginning, Marvel was a very small company. After Stan Lee came and he did all of those comics and drew and made all of those superheroes that he made for Marvel, Marvel become a very big corporation. Uh, so the superheroes that he made are those right here in the pictures. That include Spider-Man, X-Men, Iron Man, Thor, Hulk, the Fantastic Four, Black Panther, Doctor Strange. He made a lot of superheroes for Marvel. He made an exciting story, an amazing story that everybody love for every single superhero. Uh, he also combined those superheroes in one movie called The Avengers to fight one villain. Yeah, to find one villain that want to destroy the whole Earth. Also, he appeared in most of his movies in different characters. An event that happened when Stanley was alive is World War II and the Great Depression, when the economy of the United States became down. Also, DC Company is created when Stanley was alive, which is a company that made also movies that become against Marvel, which is like Batman and those type of movies, Superman. Some of the art movement, a time where Stanley was alive, were The Mask, which is a movie that everybody know, also Star Wars, and Art and Formal in 1950, also pop art in 1958, and Star Wars published in 1977 and is still releasing its editions until now. Uh, his theory in the movies that he produced of the characters basically was an alien race of powerful being of powerful beings that want to help protect the earth from any villain. Also, he has a theory of Portia's Otto, the Watcher of Earth, that takes from a different people in different movies. Basically, his all theories about the movie is like those characters that are shown in the picture that are that they have enemy of want to destroy the half of the universe to just bring his wife to the life, which is uh, she did like a long time ago. So those Avengers trying to protect the Earth from this villain. So the American New Wave of the Hollywood Renaissance referred to a movement in American film history from 1960 to 1980. So he been to a generation when a new filmmakers become to the United States and they are making fiction stories, which is like things are not real in our life. Like the thing that Stanley made, those characters are basically a human beings like us, but he changed them to a very powerful human beings that all the people are watching them and like it and like them. So Stanley body of work focuses on making the characters of Marvel and making fiction stories and movies, and also he has a big hand on making the comics of Marvel. Um, his elements and principles of design, he focuses on making the Marvel characters that appeared on the movies. Also, he focuses on making the storylines of the movies and the comics. So basically, he's like telling the company how like to make this. Like he's teaching them how to make the stories of the Avengers. Like there's like um 3 different seasons of Avengers and producing like the next season on 26th of April of this April, its 4th edition. So he basically made all the storyline for these 4 seasons before he died. One of the functions he uses in his movies is extraordinary version of ordinary objects. For example, in his movies and the comics, Stanley made all characters for Marvel, which he changed a regular human being, as I said before, to a human that have a huge powerful that they are using it to protect the people and the whole universe from any villain that want to destroy the universe. Also, those characters brought a huge amount of money to Marvel. Another function he uses in his movies is refreshing our vision and helping us to see the world in a new way. For example, Stan Lee showed us how those powerful heroes do not give up, and even if they lose, they stand and fight again to protect the universe. So he is helping us to see a world in a new way, which people should not give up and trying harder and harder to reach their goals. So basically, those powerful heroes which keep dying and but they still don't give up and go fight the enemy again to reach their goals, which is protect the earth and the people from any villain. So he's basically showing us a message or giving us a message that when like he is saying we should in our life we should not give up and keep trying harder and harder to reach our goals. So he's a famous producer, so of course some people criticize against Stan Lee because his ideas mostly was about violence, which is seen in all of like his movies when those powerful characters was protecting the earth from any villain. So he uses a lot of violence. Um, and a lot of people do not like that, so of course they criticize against him. So we can say he is a big producer. So and some awards for Stanley. Stanley graduated in 2008 by President George Bush on receiving the National Medal of Arts. Also, he got a Hollywood Walk of Fame 2011 and National Medal of Arts 2008. And that's basically it. Thank you guys, and I hope you guys like my presentation. And as I said before, there's a new movie that's coming for Avengers, which is called the Avengers 4, and I hope you guys sing it. I like and like it. It's really a good movie.